can see from it says it's a armor case, but you can see the lip is there is not much lip. You can see here. This is the Spigen. This is the Spigen S26 Ultra Tough Armor case. I wanted to see how it feels. It's actually, the case is heavy.
Driveway gate is open.
The case is heavy, however, the lip, there is not much protection. The lip is not raised. So if the phone falls, you can see now properly. There you go. The lip is so minimal. If the phone falls, there is actually not much protection on the screen at all. It's barely enough. Otherwise, it has a nice feel. This is the green color. You can see the cutout has section. It has some bumper protection, I think, on the side. From the inside, the case, you can see from the inside, I don't see there are any gel or bumper inside the case, but there are these brackets which might give some sort of drop protection on the edge perhaps, but the glass protection is not great. The case also has a stand. The stand is very flimsy. Once you open it, it basically doesn't hold into the places. So as I can show you, I've opened it, but you can see it's kind of very flimsy. And they charge almost $50 for this case, and they say it's Tough Armor Protect. I don't see how that's possible, so I'll be returning this. The second case I want to review now is the Torras specific, I think it's the Torras Ostand Q3 spin, Torras Ostand Q3 spin for Galaxy S26 Ultra. Same deal. The cover is actually a lot more flashier, fancier than Spigen here. We'll go right ahead and open the cover. And the Spigen was quite, very standard looking. I guess there is nothing in it. In the Torras, we have, I think they do a little bit of nicer presentation. Here's the case. They give you a little booklet with some warranty. And once you open the case, here's the case. The case has this ring that you can open up, unlike the Spigen. It has a nice matte feel to the hand, but I think we have the same problem. The edges of this case is also not raised enough to protect the screen. Now in this case, the only difference we have is on the Spigen you had 4, I think, blobs on the corner to protect from drop. In the Torras, you have this all across the side. You can see these things are all across the side. They are just, it looks like indented section. They're not I think the advertisement says that they're air pockets. Air pockets helps from drop protection, but there is no foam, no gel, no nothing in it. It's just really just indented section. So I'm not really sure how that gives a protection from a drop. To be exact, you can see here. Can see here this side. Has the hole cut out, section for mic. I'll go right ahead and put the phone inside this case, and then we'll do a comparison in terms of its lip and glass coverage protection. Okay. So this time I've got a purple color phone with a purple color case. All right. So you can see here again the edge is not raised enough. Should you have a drop for the phone, the edge is not raised enough to protect the glass. We can see also from here, you can see it's barely 2 mil even. I think it's 1.4 mil. You can see here clearly these edges definitely needs to be raised up if you really want to save your screen. Now, well, obviously you can put a glass screen protector, which I have. When you look at the camera, I think the camera is probably covering quite a bit more than the screen, maybe not quite a bit more. So look at this gap. This is 1.4, I think, roughly, maybe 1 mil. So if your phone dropped on the ground and if you unlucky enough to hit a stone, that will definitely crack those cameras glasses. So yeah, expensive phone. Expensive case. This case also costed $50 AUD. And yeah, I'll be returning this as well. So today I've got the new phone screen from ITSKINS. Comes in this box. After almost 2 weeks of market research, I found this is Australian made as well, apparently made in Gold Coast or Queensland somewhere. We're gonna see how this case differs. Very plain case, has nothing fancy. I just opened it up and just got a really like a plastic cover. This is the case. So the positive is all of the other cases that you've seen before, basically this edge on the side is not raised enough, so I don't think the cases would have helped the screen. But if you look at this case, they've got this only on the side, they've got this raised bit, tiny raised bit. Look at this on the side, tiny raised bit. And that is enough to create a more gap for the screen, which is I want to show you here by putting it on the surface. Just there you can see how much it's raised just because of that corner section. There. And then the same for the other side. You can see just there. And you can see the phone camera side. It's just there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the phone inside and we're going to see if this gives everything else we need. All right, now I've got the phone inside the case. The case actually quite light. Unlike other cases, the phone was feeling very bulky. This case makes it not so bulky, but gives you this raised edge protection. So see here, that's quite a bit of raise comparing to all of the other all of the other phone cases. Spigen didn't have this. Torras didn't have this. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put the second phone in the Torras screen. I'm going to do the comparing. But for this case, the camera for the back, you can see it's protection, but this bottom section is actually, I don't think it has protection for the bottom section of the camera, the bottom of the camera, but let's try. Let's try put it in, and you can see here, you can see there, the camera is protected, but I think in this sense, we would be still better off putting a camera cover, I think. So if we put the phone like this, so yeah, I think it's still covering. If we put it in the corner like this, you can see the camera sits inside the wedge. It's just this bottom section here, just that bottom section there. You can see the cover doesn't go all the way around. I think that's probably the problem. Everything else is pretty fine in this case. It's got a nice texture on the side. It's got a nice texture on the side. Feels pretty good actually. We'll pause the video and then we'll put the second phone in the Torras case, and then we'll see how that looks. And we'll compare right next to each other. All right. And here we've got a second phone in the Torras case. And in the Torras case, you can see the back camera, the back of the camera. I think it's a bit more well protected for the lenses. I'll put it here, and we can see it's fully covered. But in the Torras case, you can see the side protection. It's almost no protection for the screen. So we'll put it down, and there you go. And right next to each other, we're gonna put the ITSKINS. And you can see it's, I mean, there is a little lip here. There's a little lip just in this section. There's a little lip, but that's not, if you hit a small little stone, that's gonna crack. Whereas this is enough to raise the phone. It's a very clever idea actually. We'll put it right next to each other and we'll show you. So there you go. There is the Torras case, and here is the ITSKINS case. You can see the ITSKINS case has lifted the screen just because of the bumps on the edge, whereas the Torras case hasn't done that at all. When I compare that with the Torras case makes the phone feel very heavy. The ITSKINS case does not. The ITSKINS case also has the same protection pockets, air pockets on the edge from inside. So from a drop perspective, I think it's pretty good. They also advertise it as 15-meter drop protection. So they might have done all the testing. So yeah, my winner is, after 2 weeks of research, I'm definitely going to keep this ITSKINS case I think it's fantastic. I think it serves all the purpose. It gives those edge protection, edge bumps, which gives a protection of the whole screen, lifts up the screen without adding bulk to it. And I'll probably end up just buying some lens cover to make sure that we're protecting this